In today's episode of Unsolved Mysteries, we're going to be exploring the mysterious disappearance of a newlywed couple from South Korea. Was there foul play involved in this case? Did the husband and wife specifically not like each other from the beginning? How did the couple suddenly disappear in a country where there are CCTV cameras planted on every corner? These are questions that are still unresolved today and need answers. So let's dive deep into the clues to see if we can come to a better conclusion. On May 28, 2016, a newlywed couple who got married in November 2015 went missing in Busan, South Korea. The husband, Geun-Min, and the wife, Seung-Hee, both disappeared on the same day without any trace of their whereabouts, literally 6 months after their marriage. On one regular day in late May, Che's father tried to contact the couple to send them some nutritional supplements, but couldn't reach them. As the husband, Jun, was running a restaurant with a partner, Che's father went there only to be informed by Jun's business partner that Jun hadn't been there since May 28th. Jun's wife, on the other hand, was a theater actress. On May 29th, the next day, a day after their disappearance, her coworker called her cell phone number and her husband picked up and said that she won't be able to come to work for a while. On the same day, Jun also texted his restaurant partner saying that he has something he needs to do and that he won't be coming in for a month or two, which was fairly strange. Then the following day on May 30th, Che texted her boss at her theater group that she won't be able to perform in her current condition since she's admitted at a hospital and apologized for any damages that she has caused, also adding that she won't be able to respond to any phone calls and texts. This is very unusual behavior because Che was always known by her peers as a very responsible individual who rarely missed work. But by also observing her last text, the sentences were not very well structured and contained several grammatical errors which sparked a lot of suspicion that the person sending the text was not her. Then on following day, on May 31st, Che's boss was able to reach her husband, who had informed that his wife overdosed on her prescription medication and is currently being treated at her local hospital, which was the reason why she wasn't able to effectively communicate with her colleagues. This was also very strange, however, because Jun refused to give information of his wife's whereabouts to her fellow colleagues, which then caused even more suspicion that something was not right and her colleagues to investigate the case further. It was later confirmed the next day that the last time Che picked up her medication was in late March, and no local hospitals had any record of Che ever being admitted during that time. It was true, however, that Che had a history of depression and had tried to commit suicide before by overdosing, but for her husband to completely lie about her whereabouts was enough for the police to conduct an investigation. So, an investigation shortly was conducted after the couple's disappearance by the Busan Police Department. It was later found out that the elevator camera of their apartment complex recorded footage of Che returning home at around 10 p.m. nighttime on May 27th after some grocery shopping, and her husband Jun returning about 5 hours later at 3 a.m. with both of them alone in the elevator at different times. They lived on the 15th floor. Their car was still parked in the apartment garage, and neither of the couple nor the car was seen leaving the apartment. There were a total of 22 CCTV cameras throughout the apartment, inside and outside the building. Police even investigated all the dashcam videos that the people had in their cars, but nothing came out of them. However, on June 2nd at approximately 9 a.m., the police were able to trace Jun's location through his cell phone at the Gijeong County of Busan, South Korea, before losing the signal. Then an hour later at approximately 10 a.m., the police were able to trace Che's location through her cell phone, which was turned on in Seoul, near Jun's parents' home. What was weird about this trace wasn't the actual timing of the signals, but rather that the distance of their signals, because Seoul and Busan are about 248 miles or approximately 400 kilometers apart in separation. Pretty far in distance for a husband and wife to be apart in this situation. Looking inside their home, however, half of their underwear, summer clothes, passports, and a laptop were missing. The groceries were still on the dining table, completely untouched. Dirty laundry, leftovers, and trash were also still there. Their dog, who recently had surgery, was still inside the apartment, unfed and with feces all over the place. This is a weird occurrence because Choi was well known for taking good care of her dog and never leaving her home completely abandoned with trash. So the police took a different approach and started looking at the couple's financial situation. They apparently did not have any debt and had average insurance policies. Their credit cards, cell phones, internet records are still quiet to this date, with their savings amounting to approximately $27,000 in their account. Fast forward to September 2016, it was reported by a nurse that a middle-aged woman was at a physician's office asking if she can pick up a depression prescription for her daughter-in-law. The nurse looked up the information and found that this person is missing, so instantly called the police. Jun's dad stated that the woman is not his wife, but his wife's sister. When police interrogated her, she stated that she only wanted to find out if Choi recently picked up her medication or not to find a lead. And eventually, after hours of interrogation, the police seemed to agree on her testimony and let her go. Strangely, Jun's friends informed the authorities that Jun had another cell phone even after the marriage that is exclusively used to talk to his ex-girlfriend, Yoon. Jun apparently had a rough time after separating away from his ex, but they kept a romantic relationship as the breakup was mostly due to both families' disagreement on the marriage. After the breakup, Yoon married another man and divorced after a short marriage of 1 to 2 months. However, this divorce occurred about 8 to 10 years ago. A few years later, Yoon then married another guy and moved to Norway, but her daughter passed away for unknown reason sometime in 2014 to 2015, and she became crazy and texted Jun that she will use the freezing technique to revive her deceased daughter and blamed Jun for her ruined life. However, according to Yoon's brother, it was Jun that kept threatening Yoon by saying that he will kill or hurt her if she doesn't see him, because Yoon put an end to their secret romantic relationship at around October of 2015. The strange thing is though that Yoon actually visited Korea just before the couple went missing and left right after, which is 2 weeks before her originally planned departure. She only used cash and never contacted her family members or her friends living in Korea. In fact, she borrowed about $10,000 from her mother in cash and told her that she is traveling across Africa. Another strange thing is that Jun's dad was the only one who filed a missing persons report and was very active about finding both Jun and Choi at first, but later in a TV interview said he will, quote, protect my son, end quote, and seemed disinterested in finding them throughout the end of the interview. He also never mentioned that the couple went missing to Choi's mother, which is considered very odd because Choi's parents are still desperately looking for their daughter to this day. Perhaps the relationship between Jun's parents and Choi's parents were not in good terms. Nobody really knows. The police eventually singled out Yoon as the prime suspect in August 2016 and made an attempt to contact the suspect in Norway using an internet phone. Yoon shortly hired a local lawyer after the phone call with the Korean police. And in the following March of 2017, police requested that Interpol add her to the wanted list. The Norwegian police finally arrested her in August of 2017, and Busan Nambu police will lead the investigation once she is repatriated. However, according to the police sources, quote, if the suspect cannot successfully prove her alibi in the days immediately preceding and following the disappearance, we will still question her using evidence that we have gathered so far. The suspect's arrest warrant has already been issued, and we will detain and investigate her as soon as she is repatriated. At the end of the day, Geun-Min and Seung-Hee are still missing, and their beloved ones are still searching for them, hoping to find any information of their whereabouts. Do you think there is foul play in this disappearance? Do you think this particular disappearance was motivated by a jealous ex-girlfriend that wanted to exact revenge on her past lover? If so, how was this stunt pulled off without any traces in a country where CCTV cameras are stationed almost everywhere? These are questions that still need answers, and hence why this case is currently unsolved. Hey guys and gals, this is Mr. Shin Ramen, and I just want to thank you for making it this far. Did you enjoy the video? If so, it would be greatly appreciated if you can leave a like on this video and subscribe to this channel for more future content. Till next time, stay safe and stay scared.